What's going on, people? Welcome to 27 Works and Happy New Year. It is just under a week into the new year and it has brought a lot of cold, a lot of snow, a lot of dangerous driving conditions here in Ireland and anyway. And I thought it might be a bit of fun to recreate that. Assetto Corsa just recently, with the newest custom showroom updates, has added in an actual like snow mode where it does like full on snow kind of physics and proper actual particles and stuff like that. So I thought I would download a kind of wintry track that I'd seen on Vosan and a winter car, so it's like an M3 E36 kind of winter themed, and just kind of give it a go and just do some sliding and some just kind of messing around. Since my own car is currently off the road at the moment, I can't go out there and mess around in the actual roads. Not that I would, keep it perfectly legal of course. Yeah, I just thought that's what we'll do today. Just do a couple of laps, kind of get the feel for it. It's an interesting track. It's Polish, I want to say, and it's kind of twisty and turny, very technical. Not the most flowy at times. It kind of comes to a kind of a standstill at certain parts of it, especially with the snowy layout. So yeah, let's get straight into it. There is a kind of long run up here into like a kind of 40-degree wall, as you can see here, the wall of tires. The wall of tires is extremely unforgiving. If you even like, a lot of times if you're looking at like say the edge of the kind of the 3D model, the actual collider, the collision part of it will just be offset a little bit to kind of mimic like maybe bumper flex or whatever. This one, it feels like it's exactly there, or it almost feels like it's on the outside of it. Like, it is extremely unforgiving, so you'll want to yeah, I'm gonna try to keep away from it for the first couple of runs. But as you see here, as we head down from the kind of start finish straight, you just spin tires all the way up through third, fourth gear. So it's about just kind of keeping it inside here, keeping it away. There we go. You see, it's very, very challenging, especially with the sleepy conditions. Like, you try to keep as much, but the clipping points start at the end of this little section here, so you want to be kind of like somewhere like this. There's a clipping point there that you then drag out, if I'm not mistaken. Two clipping points, and then you've got this one out here. You want to bring it out and around. Then again, it's a weird, I don't know why they put the clipping points where they did. You've got this one out here, which means you have to do this mad slow in action. Then you need to bring it out. And there's the clipping point out here. The little hanging tag thing that you can tag there. You got this one here, and then you bring it around town. Then, again, it's if you're trying to hit the clipping points, it's awkward. You've got this one out here then. And then you're kind of swinging it around for a, oh god, and then that has a lot of extra grip for some reason. I don't know why that little patch there has so much more grip. But you bring it around, and then there's a little inside zone here, just bringing you back to the finish line. And that's terribly done, but something like how it's supposed to be done. So we'll go again, and again I'm just using the dynamic return now that I made the video on in the last thing. Bring it straight back to the start line. So again, it's a challenge because you want to get close to them clipping zones, but there's just absolutely no chill from the wall whatsoever. Try to bring it out, sweep it around. Don't hit the tires as much as you can. Now see, again, this is what I don't get. So you've got the outside zone here, so you kind of take the outside line. And again, you've just come to a complete stall. Get around these tires then. Get out to this, the little tag. Get a nice little sweep of the bumper there. That was nice. I'm happy with that one. Bring it out. It's like a ballet dance. It's just very gentle and... Well, I don't know if ballet is the right thing, but it's very like... Everything has to be smooth and calculated, and... Again, keep an eye out for stuff like the extra grip on this, which just launched me forward in that case. But yeah, it's a lot of just gently feathering the accelerator. Again, I'm trying to remember what it was like when I've actually driven on ice, where you do kind of, if you want to put into a little bit of slide, it is just basically about letting the wheels do the work. Yeah, just about letting the wheels do the work. You don't have to do too much, and just being smooth and gentle with the inputs. And then just most importantly, again, staying away from this goddamn wall on the outside. Because again, your tendency is to want to go for it, but it is very punishing. And as a result, you do rather miss out on those first two zones. So I'm trying to see. I'm never getting to that outside one, so I'm not even going to bother. I'm just going to come straight through the middle here. I wonder if that's like a clipping point for a different layout. If you're supposed to, if I'm not supposed to be hitting that one, maybe. Nice little run on that again. I do like that. It's very satisfying when you hit that point. So I'll take that one. And then, I don't know if I should be hitting this in as tight as I am. Swinging out here. Maybe try for more inside line this time. Oh, you do just, it sends you out that little It's like a little different. It's like a different colored concrete mound. It has a different grip level for some reason. Brings you outside. But it's definitely, it's fun, it's a challenge, it's very frustrating, especially if you get stuck into a rut of hitting the wall at first. Like when I first started testing this, I was just wall. It's got no tolerance whatsoever. And that can be very frustrating, but if you can avoid it and if you can get a clean rundown, it's very rewarding and satisfying when you can actually pull it off. Oh, okay. Ah, I thought it was slick there. God bless dynamic return is all I'll say, because this is actually a great way to exemplify why dynamic return is important, because without dynamic return, this is where the pits are. So I would have to do this every single time after every run, either drive back manually or do this little snake run around the back here every single time that I wanted to do that, to do this run, essentially. So to be able to set the dynamic return start point at the actual start line is, again, it's why I said I've wanted a feature like that since back in the old Forza days. Like I would have had to do this. Okay, apologies if my eyes are watering. I did that thing where I swallowed down the wrong pipe and just coughed up a lung for the last minute or two. Yeah, as I was saying, without dynamic return, you'd either have to do that entire thing again, that run from the start to the pits back here, or thankfully, again, this is a circuit that has a little bit of a kind of like you end where you start, so it's not as bad. But again, it's just showing off the advantages of the dynamic return, which is very handy. So I would love to get just one good full run. No, I'm too close to the tires, let's say. Oh no, maybe not. I seem to be able to get the first hash mark, not the second one though, which is a shame. I don't understand what they were thinking with that. There's no way that can be there. That clipping point is just impossible. It completely ruins the entire flow. I'll go for the inside lines from now on, because there's no way that can be the intended line. It's maybe in the dry it's not as bad, but in the wet, goddamn. Thinking I hit out here, head in for this inside barrel, and then head in for those inside three, and that can be the line, because it's just like. But then even trying to get through here, this one is awkward as hell. And then you've got the attempt to get not quite. But yeah, it's fun, it's challenging, it is very fitting, again, as I said, for the time of the year. But I'll do one or two more runs just to try and see. Can I get a good clean run? Like that's a nice little section there. The camera getting clipped out by the trees is a bit annoying as well. It's not ideal, but again, if you're doing it internally, I suppose you could you have a better job. But this is what I say, yeah. So like, thankfully, this is one of those tracks where the start is the end, and vice versa in terms of the actual run. So like, you can just do a U-turn here and start again. So it's not as bad, but oh god, that's that coughing was awful. But anyway, yeah, let's go and try and get a clean run. It's a challenge to get both of those alright. And you also, like, your natural thing is to want to put style and flow and up your speed and angle and stuff like that, but like, it's just so slippy. Like, it's very, very slippy. Obviously, as you get more confident with it, like as I feel like I am a little bit, I don't want to get too cocky and speak too soon, but I feel like I'm getting it a little bit more now. The more that I'm doing it, the more that my muscle memory is kicking in. It's definitely just fun. As I said, as always, the links and stuff like that will be down in the description. I'm going to end the video as well, I forgot to say that at the intro, by showing how to install it. Or not how to install it, but what you need and how to set it up to actually get into the thing. So I didn't want to waste the time at the start of the video. I wanted to get straight into the action as soon as possible. So yeah, we'll just go for one more run here. I'm going to try and put a bit more extra sauce on it. I'm going to try and commit to like a big entry and stuff. So we'll see how I get on. I don't imagine terribly well. But then we'll end the video on a tutorial of how to kind of get everything set up as I have it here. Oh, the little bumpy bump. Bring it around. See, again, it slows you down so much, which again, I suppose is necessary for this outside zone here. Nice little rub again. Bring it out around town, and then immediately Swing it out a little bit, and yeah, not as much heat as I would have hoped to put on it, but you just get the gist, I'm sure. And again, videos like these aren't about my driving skill. It's about like, hey, this is a thing. I didn't know it was a thing until recently. Did you know it was a thing? Now you know it was a thing. I hope you enjoyed the thing as much as I enjoyed the thing. Essentially, like, anytime I do one of these showing off like a new track or a new car or something like that, like, it's just basically spreading the word and something like that I've been having fun with. I've been messing around with it yesterday, the day before, so I thought I'd get a video of it done for the first of the new year, considering, again, the weather that we've had outside has been very frightful. Yeah, it hasn't snowed particularly a whole bunch where I'm at, but it's definitely all over the country and all that, different parts of Ireland. It's been snowing a lot. But that's about it. Yeah, as I said, we'll go over now into the tutorial of how to set it all up and what you need and the links and stuff like that, which will then be down in the description. And that's about it. I'll meet you over in Content Manager. Okay, this is one of those things where, as usual, you will need the links in the description to the car and the track, your Content Manager, Assetto Corsa, Custom Shaders Patch, and, you know, Pure is the one that I use. You'll need them all basically fully updated, so I'll leave the links to all them in the description. I'm assuming, again, if you're watching this video, you've probably been playing Assetto Corsa a while, and you've probably got all the Content Manager, CSP, and stuff like that anyway, but just make sure they are all fully up to date. It's the latest version, I believe, that added in Frozen Drive mode, which is the first step. So basically, instead of practice, hot lap, race, etc., if you go over to this, like, furthermost right one, I think it's drag race by default, and click down to Frozen Drive. As you can see there, turn surfaces to ice for some sliding around fun. Cars get a couple of new tire sets with spikes. That's the other thing as well. In the setup, by default, when you have Frozen Drive mode enabled, it'll be, your car will have street ice or street spikes or something like that. There's also rally spikes as well, which is kind of cool, but yeah, the street spikes is the ones that I was using on this. And yeah, basically Frozen Drive is the game mode. For the most immersion, you want to have, like, say, pure controller selected, and then the conditions to be snow, heavy snow, light snow, something snow, obviously. Temperature to 0. I think it's anything under 3 degrees, I think I read somewhere, is where the snow kicks in, the snow effect with kind of the new update. So I just have mine at 0 just to be safe. Doesn't matter what time of day or night, you can have daytime, nighttime, obviously. But then auto track conditions, auto set by weather. I just assume in my head that controls how slippy the track is. So I'd imagine it's kind of slippier when it's set to snow. I don't know if that's actually factually accurate or not, but that's just how I did it. I use extended physics enabled because I believe that's required for the rally physics. I don't know if that's the same for the snow. It doesn't say it anywhere that I've seen, but I just, again, I have it enabled for rally anyway, and it seems to work. It's by default. It's on by default for me anyway. And I'm trying to think, yeah, just update latest CSP surface effect. Obviously you want that enabled. You want custom off-road physics. I guess that could have something to do with the settings as well. Yeah, that should be everything as far as I know. I think the main thing is basically just have everything updated, and then again, for immersion you want to have some kind of snow track that has the snow texture, or a skin texture like the Nürburgring, Silverstone. A load of the default tracks have snowy like kind of skins that you can choose when you're setting up the race. It doesn't have to be a snow themed car. I just found this one. I googled like snow winter cars for Assetto Corsa, and this was just one of the first ones that I seen. It's a fine car. It's not the best in the world. It's not the worst. It does grand. I think it looks kind of cool. It's an IC36 and has the little snow all over it, so kind of fits the theme. But that's about it as far as I know. I don't think there's anything else that you need. As far as once you have all that set up, I think it's just jump in and you're good to go. So with that all said, I do think I will leave it there. If you enjoyed it, please do leave a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new here. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.